Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of ours. We're going to do the Premier Division review, look back at some of the games. Haven't been able to do this the last few weeks, guys, to be honest. Very busy, so sorry about that. But we'll get into the games of the weekend. And Dundalk had a 3-1 win against Drogheda United at Oriel Park. It's the fourth derby this season, 4 wins for Dundalk. And maybe in the end, this was probably the most comfortable of the 4. Drogheda took the lead thanks to Kyle Robinson after 26 minutes. I think it was 5 minutes on the pitch. Ryan Brennan went off injured, and it was a good counter-attack actually from Drogheda. Dale Rooney plays the ball in space, and Robinson gets his head up and basically plays it under Shepherd. First time and into the net. There was no need to take a touch. So it was a good finish, and Drogheda got off to a good start. They had a few passages before that. Foley got in behind, played a lovely ball across the area. Unfortunately, there was nobody in the area to take advantage, and there was a few situations like that, particularly in the second half with Dundalk had opportunities like that as well with Archie Davis. But in the first half, Paul Doyle got that equaliser after a corner kick was half cleared, and Doyle kind of was a volley, but it was a side foot volley into the corner. Still a good finish, to be fair. And that's my finger or thumb. Still a good finish, to be fair, and that was 1-1 at half time. Second half, then Dundalk were the better side and went on to win the game. The second goal coming a minute in the second half. Drogheda would be disappointed with that, but lovely play from Archie Davis again. Lovely ball into the box, and Dan Kelly is there in hand, and he plays it into the net. Lovely finish by Kelly. 3-1 when Hooban capitalised from a corner kick, and nobody can be unmarked from a corner kick, let alone Pat Hooban. And Horgan's ball lofted over to the far post. Hooban's unmarked and just heads it into the net to make it 3-1, and it's all 3 points for Dundalk. And I suppose the win in terms of Dundalk, it keeps them kind of in the hunt for Europe. They have 49 points. You know, we've got 4 games left. They're on 49 points. 7 points behind Pats. They unlikely catch them. There's still a chance Fort gets into Europe, and they're 3 points behind Bowls. So I think Bowls and Pats play in the league next. They have a cup game next weekend, but in the league next. So Dundalk will be probably hoping that they take advantage by beating Shelbourne and Tolka next week, which won't be easy by any means, but maybe hope that actually Pats beat Dundalk, to be fair, as well, because as I said, Fort is the best they can hope for, really, you'd have to say. So a good result for them, following their good result against Cork City. Excellent result for them. Drogheda to be disappointed, as I said. Conor Keeley was out, and he was a loss for them as well. But Billy, overall thoughts on Dundalk and Drogheda and what it means maybe for both clubs?
When I was looking at the highlights, I thought though, like the chance that Conor Kane had, he actually had a decent chance. He hit it over the bar, but overall, I thought
it's 3-1 at that point as well, though. Yeah.
But overall, I thought like Dundalk were obviously better. The first goal was like a clearance, but it wasn't a proper clearance. And then Paul Doyle volleys it into the bottom corner, and it was 1-1. Obviously, Kyle Robinson scored before that. Had to get that in. And then, first minute of the second half was a cross in, and then Dan Kelly has a simple finish at the front post, but if he doesn't hit it properly, like, it's not a goal. So you have to hit it properly. Follow
through, don't you? What do you think it means for Drogheda? I mean, they're okay in the table. They're 12 points out of Cork, who are in the relegation playoff. And funnily enough, Dundalk are 6, Drogheda are 7. There's a 10-point gap. But they'll be disappointed Drogheda will losing the 4 derbies this year.
Yeah, I think that's not good for Drogheda. They'll win. They'll hope to win a few next season.
Yeah, but I think they're 4 games to go. They're fine, aren't they? They're 12 points clear. They'd have to lose all their matches. Cork would have to win all their matches. And then the goal difference is massive as well. Drogheda are -7, Cork are -26. So look, Drogheda are safe, and look, that's what they would have hoped for at the start of the season. If they can finish 7th, I think they'll be probably thinking that's the best they could have finished. So really good season for them. Dundalk, as I said, I mentioned before, they'll be disappointed with the overall season, but still a chance they could get into Europe. So let us know in the comments, guys, if you're a Drogheda or Dundalk fan, what you think. On to the next match, Billy. So finished Bohemians 3, Sligo Rovers 1 at Dalymount Park. And I suppose from Sligo's point of view, good result last week, but followed by a poor enough performance this week, which is kind of typically them. I suppose they're lucky that Cork completely went out of form the last few weeks, so they should be okay, but disappointing enough performance from them. after what was a poor enough first half in general. I think Afalabi hit the bar in the first half for Bowes. There wasn't too many chances second half. In the first half, Sligo, Hartman came in around the back, but he's behind Kirk. If he gets in ahead of Kirk, maybe he can score. But yeah, disappointing enough to go 3-0 down. Afalabi scoring after 55, after a good hold of play, lays it off. Connolly does brilliant to get in around the back and places it into Afalabi, who fires off the bar and into the net. Connolly again, brilliant. Around 63 minutes, again in behind, finds a pass. It was missed, but Ali Coote was on hand, and that's what happens when you get players into the box, and finishes with a plum to make it 2-0. It was 3-0 then when Afalabi, I think it was Flores, wasn't it? I think it was Flores actually played it back to him, and Afalabi plays it again into the net. 13 goal this season. I think he's level now, top scorer with Chris Forrest in the league. You'd expect Afalabi to get there, being the striker, to be fair, wouldn't you? Yeah. But yeah, it was comfortable enough. Sligo got a late penalty through. Martello was his first goal of the club. He actually had to retake the penalty as well. But Bowes will be very happy with that. Sligo, disappointment. But just keeps Bowes, Billy, in touch at the top of the table in terms of the European race, and 2 points out of Shelbourne. They're 4 points behind Pats. Happy enough with the win, Bowes?
Yeah, obviously you're going to be happy with the win, but I think though that does keep them in a good chance to get Europe as well. And they have Pats next week as well, which will be a good game.
Well, next league match, I think.
Yeah,
I think the cup next week. Yeah.
And then you have the cup, which they will focus on. And Galway actually looked pretty good after beating Galway 4-0, and obviously they won the league last week, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, they beat Dundalk 4-0, yeah.
And I think though Bowes against Galway, like away, it won't be hard for. It will be hard for Bowes. Like it'll be a challenge, because we all know what happened last time. Galway played Dundalk at home 4-0. So overall, I think Bohemians will be happy though with their season they've had.
They needed that win. They needed to win to get that win the other night, just to kind of stay in touch and jump above Shelbourne for now, didn't they?
Yeah, and Sligo, I think overall will be very disappointed in their season, because I was expecting them to be around European fifth ish, but 8 now is a bit like for them. But they hope to jump back next season.
They've only scored 34 goals. I know they lost Mata, but they were kind of struggling even with Mata there, so they're always going to really struggle with Mata when Mata left the club. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. If you're a Bohemians fan or if you're a Sligo fan, let us know. So Turner's Cross have finished Cork City 0, St Patrick's Athletic 1. Of course, they'll do battle there next week in the Cup and Sunday as well. I'll be actually going to that one. You won't. I will though. So looking forward to that on a Sunday, be going down by train. But anyway, this game, I didn't go to a game this Friday, but I was busy, but I managed to watch this game on LOI TV. And yeah, I mean, Cork, obviously, Liam Buckley's moved back up to as director, and Holland has taken over. John O'Flynn and Murray, Dan Murray, for example, are in the backroom team now as well. There was a bit of reaction from Cork, it has to be said, bit of bite. A bit of enthusiasm, let's say, from them. And in the first half in particular, they should have been ahead at half time. They had an early chance for Keane Murphy, should have buried. They had a number of other chances to play the best football. Keating, who normally expect to score, header right at the end of the half, headed over the bar. I'd say Linus was beaten for that particular one. And Cork would have been disappointed not to go up probably at least 1-0 at half time. Pats were very poor in that first half in particular, and they're just, I don't know, it's like walking football. And anytime they had possession, it was Redmond across to Norman back to Redmond, hoof long, give it away. The other way around, Norman hoof long, give it away. And from a Pat's point of view, it was very frustrating to watch. And they were giving the ball to Cork too easily. And they were very fortunate to go in 0-0 at half time, to say the least. And second half, Cork actually started off where they left off, to be fair, and it wasn't really until the second yellow card for Donovan in 60 minutes, which was an absolute disgrace of a decision, to be fair. He gets there ahead of the Pats player, wins the ball, not even a foul, picks up a silly yellow card, picks up a yellow card really, and thought the referee was a bit sillier than linesman in this situation, but another poor decision. And at that point, just before that, I thought Cork were going to win, or at least get a point out of the game. And there wasn't too much of a reaction from Pats, really. But when the send off occurred, Pats did score 60 minutes later. A lovely header from Mark Doyle, cross from Lennon, and Doyle gets in ahead of his man, and it's a good header to give Pats the lead and ultimately the winner. But Pats, in that 50-minute period from about the 60 minutes, 76 minutes, played a bit of football. Lonergan should have scored with a header. Forrest with a chance. One or two situations. You felt when Doyle got the goal that the goal was coming, to be honest. And Pats were 1-0 up, and you thought, yeah, that should be game, set and match. But they sat back after that again and invited Cork onto them. They brought on McGrath or Lonergan, and you know that gives you the message, that tells you all you need to know about the tactical approach for the last 15 minutes or so. And Cork won a succession of corners. For example, they won 4 corners in a row, and you know, Pats defended them okay, but they're always dangerous. Whitmarsh had a great chance at the end though, a lovely ball through by Keating. If it was the other way around, it's probably 1-1 and Cork get a point, and it would have been more than what they, or no less than what they deserved really. And you know, Pats would be delighted to get the 3 points, because a big 3 points keeps them 4 points at the bowl, 6 ahead of Shelbourne, I think, and they'll need them because their fixtures of Derry, Rovers and the Bowls away, I think, their next league game, so they're tough fixtures. And the way they're playing at the moment, they're not playing great, it has to be said. They're going to have to play much better next week in Cork, because you know, I don't think you get that lucky again. The likeliness of Cork don't get a man sent off. Cork, from their part, will think, Jesus, if we perform like that again, there's a good chance we've a good chance here going through. But ultimately, it is 3 points for Pats. They'll be delighted with that. They haven't been playing well the last couple of months, to be fair. Cork, obviously, you know what I mean, when I say they're doomed, they're not doomed. They're going to finish 9th, and they obviously have that playoff, which I still think to be favourites, by the way, to get through the playoff. Big game for them next week. Thoughts, Willie?
I thought overall Pats were very lucky to come out with a win, because first half Cork were dominating, and then obviously second half the red card occurred, which was a disgraceful decision, to be honest, wasn't it though? I don't think it should have been a red. It shouldn't even been a foul, to be honest, but the second yellow, but it is what it is. But then Mark Doyle has a good header, gets around his defender, heads it well, and I mean, if Pats play like they did on Friday in the Cup next week, I think they will have a chance of losing. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, we won't talk about that too much at the moment, but I think Pats will have to play better. They haven't played well for months, in my opinion, on an overall scheme, to be honest with you, and they've got away with it some games they haven't. So at the Brandy, well, they finished Derry City 6, UCD 0, and I suppose once Derry got the first goal, it became very easy. UCD found it difficult to defend again, letting in goals from corner kicks, free kick situations, set piece situations. UCD very easily. Disappointing, but Mullen's goal early in the game, very good volley as he cuts across the defender. Duffy goes to the outside, and the ability to get across to that is left footed. It's handy being both footed, isn't it, Billy? Yeah. Does well, gets a good cross into the box, makes it 1-0. Patchy makes it 2 early in the second half. It was 1-0 at half time, and I'd like to give credit generally to players when they get goals like this, but I honestly think it was a cross. You can tell by his body language. It goes in, he's a bit like, there's surprise. He definitely tries to whip it in kind of to the far post area, and he kind of over-eggs it really, and it goes into the net. That's my personal opinion anyway, and just judging by his body language as well, there's definite surprise as it goes in. If he meant to execute it, I don't think he acts so surprised. That's my personal opinion, but ultimately it doesn't matter. Patchin has been playing well in the last month or two as well for Derry City, to be fair. He was a bit patchy, wasn't he, for a while? Get it? Sorry. Yeah, he was a bit patchy for a while, I thought. But yeah, McJanet makes it 3-0. Kavanagh with a header, believe it or not, makes it 4-0. You know, who else scored? Duffy again, a header from a corner, 5. McGonigal, a good finish, 6-0. Keeney was sent off for a second bookable offence for ECD just before that. So, I'm not going to say routine win for Derry, but it was important to get back to winning ways. It'd be disappointing, maybe they thought maybe Shamrock can make a point at Tallaght Stadium, but they didn't do it. So with 4 games to go, there's a 5-point gap.
No.
Can they catch Shamrock Rovers, Billy? I mean, the goal difference is, there's nothing in it, so I wouldn't mind that at the moment, but can they catch Shamrock Rovers, or do you think it's too much for them and it's too late?
Too much, too late, 100%. I'd be disappointed though if I was a Derry fan this season, because Shamrock Rovers haven't got as much points as they usually would for winning the league.
No.
But I thought Derry would catch up to them this season, but they've underachieved a lot this season.
I think you're right, actually, to be honest, in a way. They did okay in Europe, obviously got knocked out of the FA Cup on penalties and after a European trip as well. But yeah, I think so. I mean, 16 wins out of 32, 9 draws, 7 defeats. With the squad they have, I think they'll be disappointed with that record. And a half decent record would have the top of the league, wouldn't it? That's the funny thing. So they'll be disappointed with that, definitely, I think. I think they're okay for Europe, though, do you? I don't see them being caught in that regard, do you?
No, I think they're fine for Europe, to be honest.
I think they're okay, yeah. I can see them winning enough matches there. But a good win on the day. They scored 53 goals in the league. That's the third highest in the league. It's actually Pats and Shamrock Rovers, both 56 goals apiece. So they do. But yeah, I mean, look, as I said, good win for Derry. All they can do is keep going. Try and win your last 4 games to see where that brings you. But I think there were certain points this season where if they could won this match or won that match, they were in the position. But every time it came to that scenario, they didn't do it. And the last one against Shamrock Rovers at home was an example, 1-0 up late enough in the game and drawing 1-1. They kind of had to win that, so they did. And they didn't do it, to be honest. So that was the one. That was probably the last chance, really. But it's still possible. But 5 points behind with 5 games go. I think Shamrock Rovers have to play Drogheda and Cork in the next 2 games. You're kind of saying surely Rovers get probably at least 4 points there, which is probably okay. So even if Derry were to get 6, like, you know what I mean? So that's no, I think you're right. I definitely think you're right there.
Derry, like, they have a chance, but it'd be very hard, especially with the fixtures that Shamrock Rovers have.
Absolutely, and we'll move on to the final game. So finished Shamrock Rovers 1, Shelbourne 0, Tallaght Stadium in the Rings End Derby, and it was a match Shamrock Rovers really deserved the win, and I think in the end, to be honest, which had done most of the running in the game, had the better chances, although a lot of their good chances were from set pieces and corners, from which Shelbourne really struggled to defend at times. Lopez had a header that just went over, Gaffney had a chance which he should have scored from, another chance, not from a corner this time, but they played in behind after a poor kick out from Kearns. It was a bit dodgy all night. He dropped the ball which could have landed to a Rovers player, for example, in the first half, and you know, for the goal I think he could do better as well. I'll get on to that in a minute. But Gaffney's chance where he was kind of 1-on-1, but he's gone too wide, to be honest, which it takes a touch and brings it in. He might have a better chance of scoring. Shelbourne, you know, a couple of chances here and there in the break. Lunny had a chance, but I think he lets it come across his body too far and doesn't really hit the ball right in any shape. Even there was no confidence or conviction in the strike at all, was there? But it was an awkward game for Shamrock Rovers that they got through, and it was a massive 3 points because it put some 5 points clear, 4 games to go. I think they've Cork and Drogheda in the next 2 matches as well, which is interesting too. So they'd be pretty confident now. Burke's goal, it was, I suppose, it was, you know, he gets a strike from about 25 yards out, doesn't he? Does well to shield off a Shelbourne defender or two. And it's a good strike, good low strike, little bit of pace on it, but I think Kearns seems very slow to get there or something, doesn't he?
He's very static. You'd think he'd react quicker. Like it had a little bit of power, but like it wasn't that much power. If you'd expect any keeper to save that, really. I thought like he would have just saved that easily. But,
yeah.
Like, I know it was from 25 yards out, but like it didn't have that much power. Like, I thought it wouldn't trouble the keeper at all.
It is in the corner. It just shows that if you get a chance to shoot from distance, hit it, particularly against a team like Shelbourne who defend relatively well, very well most of their games, you know, that kind of way. So you got that as well, and Burke is well capable of hitting those shots, so he is as well. And Amber, you're too much. Can't concentrate. As for Shelbourne, though, 1 win in 15, 1 win in 15. They'd 1 defeat in 15 before this game, playing really well. A little setback. It's not a bad result. I think, though, the one in Bows to be disappointed with not winning on Monday night. You know what I mean? Because of the position they were in and going into the second half. This was always going to be tricky. But 2 points behind Bows now, 6 behind Pats. But they're still in a good position if they keep that momentum going, I think. Rovers definitely deserve to win this game, though. Overall thoughts?
Yeah, I thought Shamrock Rovers, they had a lot of chances from corners, and Graham Burke goal, obviously we said the keeper should have saved it, but...
The sending off, by the way, the 2 yellows I think were fair enough as well, incidentally, for Graham Burke.
Yeah, and Shelbourne overall this season, I think they will be happy because they're in good position for Europe, same with Bows and all, St. Pat's and all them. So they're in the race there. So I think overall their season they'll be happy, and they're in good form going into the last few games of the season. As one defeat in 15, which is obviously good, and that defeat is against Shamrock Rovers.
Yeah, like in fairness, though, Shelbourne had a penalty shout laid on the game as well. I think it would have been very harsh had it been given. Richie Towell did handle the ball, but look, it's hit a point blank range at that speed. For me, never a penalty. It can't be a penalty. You can't give penalties for those. You really can't. So yeah, good win for Shamrock over. Shelbourne a little disappointed, but they'll keep going. So lads, let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think in any of the games that you're at, that maybe you've seen. What else should they do?
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to push your bell notification button for more videos.
See you later.
Bye.